Begin this year's Outstanding Young Farmer Journey in California with Jack and Hallie Thompson. Just 5 years after graduating from Cal Poly and returning to the family farm, Jack Thompson became president and CEO of the family corporation in Bakersfield, California. A fifth-generation farmer, Jack guided his family business through a time of transition when the domestic garlic market crashed and left the family with little cash, too much debt, and useless equipment. Under Jack's leadership, the farm has now diversified to grow, pack, and ship 8 different commodities: peppers, onions, watermelon, squash, turnips, cabbage, carrots, and potatoes. Not only has the business diversified, but several water and soil conservation practices have been implemented. Jack grows as many crops as possible on buried drip tape, which minimizes water usage and reduces nitrogen leaching. He also uses black plastic mulch bed covers to add heat to the soil in the spring and reduce evaporation from irrigation. To utilize equipment formerly used in the garlic business, Jack dismantled a packing line and reconfigured it to handle the farm's growing onion packing needs. After designing the in-feed, cleaning, and grading components of the machine, Jack installed the most technologically advanced sizing equipment on the market. The new packing line allowed Jack to expand his customer base by offering optimal sizing from the fields, increasing productivity by 200% and reducing labor costs by 2/3. The line runs double 8-hour shifts for 3 months in order to pack the 15 million pounds of onions that are grown on the farm. Jack serves on the USDA National Watermelon Promotion Board and is active in a local hunting club that is involved with the California Department of Fish and Game, the Audubon Society, Ducks Unlimited, and other wildlife organizations. His wife Hallie is a history teacher and cares for the couple's 2 children, Jack 4 and Layton 10 months. Our next stop on the other side of the country, Connecticut, with Joseph and Dawn Jeremiah. The gift of a greenhouse from his father launched the agricultural career of Joe Jeremiah, who grew up working alongside his parents on the farm. He now operates over 70 greenhouses that cover more than 6 acres of land in Wallingford, Connecticut, where farming faces more than its usual share of obstacles. Taxes, wages, and energy costs are high. Land is expensive, and farm labor is scarce. However, the per capita income of the region is high enough to provide customers with disposable income to spend on ornamental plants, flowers, landscaping, and interior plants. Joe is focused on running an efficient high-tech greenhouse to produce plants at the best value and quality for a range of markets, including garden centers and farm markets. Modernization has been a focus of Joe's operation in the past 10 years. He has implemented new technologies such as flooding floors, flooding benches, and boom irrigation in his greenhouses, and utilizes recirculating water systems to conserve water. He installed the latest wood-fired boiler system to offset the high cost of fossil fuel used for heating. As much as he loves providing agricultural products to his customers, Joe especially wants to help people learn more about agriculture. He plans to create the Agricultural Learning Center for Greenhouse Technology on his property. The venture would be a joint public-private project of growers, engineers, and scientists to bring technology from around the world to provide education in addition to greater efficiency and higher yields. Joe's ideas have led to visits from several agriculture officials from state and national government. Joe is active in the Connecticut Greenhouse Growers Association, for which he has hosted several educational programs, and the Connecticut Farm Bureau. His wife Dawn put her career as a veterinarian technician on hold in order to raise the couple's children, Madeline 6, Lucas 3, and Liam 1. Our next stop is Delaware, with Brian and Madonna Melvin. Brian Melvin's early childhood experiences helping his grandfather raise pigs and cows sparked an interest in agriculture that continues today. By the time he entered high school, he had begun to rent land to grow his own crops. He formed a partnership with his father and now leases land from 45 different landowners near Camden, Wyoming, Delaware. where he produces wheat, barley, corn, soybeans, and poultry. Modernizing the farm equipment and buildings was one of Brian's major challenges during the transition toward a specialized poultry operation. Adapting technology and farming techniques has also been a priority. Brian utilizes precision planting, GPS-equipped yield monitors on the combine, and GPS-guided light bars for the application of poultry manure and lime. Implementing no-till and minimum-till practices has increased soil health and water holding capacities while reducing fuel use, equipment costs, and labor. In order to take full advantage of the poultry manure and reduce nitrogen use, all the farm's corn acres are tested for nitrates. Brian uses cover crops to help catch and recycle leftover nutrients as well as to raise the organic matter in the soil. Another challenge Brian faces in his operation is the transportation of equipment between his many leased farms, and he frequently calls on his wife Madonna to assist him. Madonna is employed off the farm as a preschool teacher, but according to Brian, her support has been integral to the success of his agricultural career. Together, they hope to improve the land's productivity and continue to expand the operation, providing their nephews with the opportunity to pursue their goals of becoming full-time farmers. By increasing the efficiency of the farm, Brian is also able to devote more time to community interests and farm organizations, serving on the Delaware Soybean Board and the County Board of the Delaware Farm Bureau. Our next stop is Idaho. Gregory and Jennifer Hirai. In the spring of 1995, Greg Hirai of Wendell, Idaho, made two monumental decisions. First, he decided to get married, and second, he decided to be a farmer. Although he graduated from Washington University with a degree in mechanical engineering, Greg felt that his father's decision to step back from the family's potato, corn, and alfalfa farm was a window of opportunity. He wanted to raise a family in a small town near their grandparents and to develop the sense of community he had when he was growing up. Greg found that farming suited the goals he had set for himself, which were to never stop learning and to own and manage his own business. Conservation issues have been at the forefront of Greg's agricultural experiences due to the erosion control necessary in his region. To combat water erosion, Greg uses sprinkler irrigation rather than gravity irrigation. He also dammer dikes his row crops in order to prevent runoff. To aid infiltration in particularly difficult conditions, a soil amendment is applied through irrigation water. Wind erosion is controlled by using cover crops such as winter wheat or triticale, which are then sprayed out or harvested in early spring. A desert climate, dependence on mountain snowpack, and a shrinking aquifer contribute to the importance of water conservation on the farm. An agronomist helps Greg fine-tune the irrigation schedule so that water application matches crop uptake, minimizing nitrogen fertilizer leaching. Greg serves on the Lower Snake River Aquifer Recharge District Committee that focuses on the recharging of the aquifer. He also served on the County FSA Committee for 6 years. His wife, Jennifer, plays a major role in farm management as an advisor and bookkeeper, as well as caring for their 3 children, Jackson 12, James 9, and Alex 4. Finally, let's go to Iowa and meet David and Laura Hummel. In the 12 years since David Hummel began farming near Eldora, Iowa, he has quadrupled his acres and increased his yields by 38%. He attributes much of the farm's success to the use of John Deere Green Star precision farming, which has decreased the amount of labor and resources needed to grow a crop. In addition to increasing his corn and soybean acreage, David has also expanded his swine numbers since he returned to the farm following his graduation from Iowa State University. The farrowing barn now houses 110 sows, that produce 1,366 piglets each year. This increase in swine numbers has led to a 50% reduction in commercial fertilizer usage on the cropland since the swine manure is applied to the fields. David considers soil and water conservation to be high priorities. The farm has enrolled its highly erodible acres in the Conservation Reserve Program, and utilizing terraces and harvesting with the contour of the land adds further protection. The use of GMO seed has helped David control weeds and harmful insects while reducing dependence on chemicals. While David handles the agricultural concerns, his wife Laura is occupied running the household and raising the couple's 3 children, Ella 8, Andrew 5, and Daniel 3. Laura is also responsible for the farm accounts as well as helping with harvest and livestock chores. The farm and the family keep David busy at home, but he also believes in the importance of being involved off the farm. As an active member of the Farm Bureau, David has served several years as the county president and assisted with Ag in the Classroom activities. At the state level, David is an Ag Leaders Institute graduate and has traveled to Washington, D.C. and Puerto Rico with the Farm Bureau organization. David currently serves as a Melrose Township trustee and is active in the Iowa Pork Producers Association. He has been a speaker for the Farming for the Next Generation conference hosted by Successful Farming, as well as the International Farm Succession Conference. We have now met half of this year's crop of outstanding young farmer finalists. We'll meet the rest of our group shortly.